One thing that I have learned about ELL students in the last couple of semesters is that during large groups, such as read alouds, where the entire group sits at the carpet, they read a book, discuss things that happen within the book, then do a little bit of question and answer with the teachers, is that the ELL students tend to look like they have lost focus in the lesson. I think a lot of this boils down to is that when the first question is asked, the ELL student is trying to process what the question was and how to answer the question properly. There may even be times when this ELL student is actually trying to remember the meaning of a word that was discussed earlier during the lesson. I think the problem here is that when the ELL student finally decides what their answer might be and how they could answer the question, the teacher has already moved on from that question and has already asked a couple more questions. However, during that time, the ELL student was more focused on trying to process the original question, that the ELL student has missed all the instruction prior to that and missed a lot of important questions and answers being asked. So in my case, the strategy I chose for social effective was the think, pair, share. I think in this case, in the think, pair, share, it gives students more time to reflect on a question, allowing them to process what was being asked, figure out what the language is that they were unfamiliar with. So the first step to that would be to ask a thought-provoking question. Once the teacher has asked this question, she can then have the students take their time to actually think about the question on their own, as well as how they think they might want to respond. Then she can pair them up with a partner and have them discuss their thoughts with their peer partner, and then they can check out their answer with another student, and then this would give them the opportunity to see if their answer is a possible answer to the question, and if the students are confused, the students can ask their peers for help if there is something that they're not quite understanding. Finally, we would ask the students to share their thoughts with the whole group, which serves as a form of accountability for the students. But in this discussion or explanation, teachers can give their feedback, but at the same time, the partnering and discussing their thoughts with their partner can cause the ELL student to kind of feel a little bit less stressed, be a little bit more comfortable when they're answering the question. I think this gives them the time to take that stress away from the question itself when they're being put on the spot, because if they can confirm with their partner that the answer was good, they'll feel more confident answering that when the teacher asks for everybody to share their answers. I think this opens up a little bit more of a possibility to see these ELL students working more on the questions, processing them a little bit easier, but also giving them the confidence to be a part of the group. I think it also helps the teacher determine what the students do and do not know, and then that will also help ELL students later on. So the think, pair, share to me is a great way for students to be socially active. It also allows for a little bit of empathy for the student to not feel so stressed out in the whole group situation and feel like they are not as adequate at answering the questions as other students are. So by giving them the opportunity to work with a peer first, where there's less stress, and then producing their answer during the whole group, I think that will give them the courage to start participating more in the whole group. Thank you.